Hi Leo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading for you that is timeless. So whenever you see this, that's when you're meant to find it. We're going to start with an oracle card just to get a general view of where the energy's at. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like others at this channel to send you their good juju, only love and light here in this space, say hi in the comment section or leave an emoji, whatever you're comfortable with. And that gives us something that represents your energy that we can focus on. All right, lifts us up to lift you up and vice versa. So we're going to start with this message. The connection to the divine guidance is within you. Ooh, let's get one more too. That's a little bit woo-woo. It's a little woo-woo talk. I like woo-woo, obviously, but it's a little too general for my liking. It's very beautiful. The connection to the divine guidance is within you, meaning you're very intuitive right now. You might be very connected to your intuition. So we'll see if in Tarot High Priestess comes out. In addition, we have new opportunities and choices are opening up to you now. Claim them. Now we're getting a little more narrowed down, aren't we? Let's see what Tarot has to say to you, Leo. All right, so we start with all the cards upright. If they fly upside down or on their sides, I pay attention to that. We read them as they fly. We start with the Six of Pentacles. Oh, that's a great energy to start with. I'm going to give you a general idea of where we're going and then we'll unpack all the detail. But the Six of Pentacles is all about reciprocity. It's generosity, it's kindness, it's building something out of respect for another. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles upright. These are two individuals, most likely. And it's calling out their energies. What's coming towards my Leo at the time of viewing this? There it is. Our very first oracle card called it. This is the High Priestess. The connection to divine guidance is within you. We'll find out why this is coming through so strong in just a moment. And Leo, you know, I don't do them with every reading, but this is going to be an extended. So if you like to go on, get much longer readings and advice, that will be a link in the description box below. Finally, we've got the Three of Swords with the Emperor, taking control of a situation that has been maybe giving you some heartache. We're going to read that right there. Definitely need to unpack these, but we start with the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is generosity where you least expect it, something really kind of lovely. This could be flirtation. This could be playful energy. This is the Page of Cups. This definitely has something to do with your emotions. Keep on going, my Leos. The Lover's card, there it is. So this is suggesting that actually you might not expect this, but there is kindness, generosity, reciprocity around the corner for you in relation to a relationship. The Lover's card doesn't always have to be romantic, but it does talk about the alignment between you and another person. This is Gemini energy. And if this is a relationship, then I see a lot of flirtation in the future. I see this playful energy and also this kind of delightful sparkle. That's the Page of Cups. We connect it to miracle energy. We connect it to that playful youthfulness. And in this case, it looks like there's some fun banter or back and forth. What's this Knight of Pentacles? So Knight of Pentacles, when it comes out in reverse, is like this energy comes to a stop. Like you might be waiting for something to come through here. And it's like, feels like it's just at a full stop. So what's interesting is that Tarot just took a dark turn. Not really, but something you've been waiting for and maybe really focused on, like tenaciously so, with the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm telling you these because some of you read yourselves and you like to read along with me, and some of you guys might be curious, so you can look these up yourself. But the Eight of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands is like a stubborn loyalty to your hard work and focus regarding something coming through here that is just not freaking coming through. Knight of Pentacles in reverse is not just slow, it's stalled. So where is it going? There's this harsh ending, this Ten of Swords. This could be an argument. This could be like somebody up and leaves. Let me get some clarity on this Ten of Swords. Is so there's a contradiction here between your two lines of cards. So there's a lot more to unpack. I'm like, where's the catch here? What's that Ten of Swords? What's this Ten of Swords? There it is. Our union card, soulmate card, Two of Cups. This is soul partnership. If this wasn't romantic, I'd be like, this is a Paul McCartney, John Lennon work relationship, friendship. But this is for a lot of you guys going to be a relationship, a romantic relationship, excuse me. So we're going to come back to that. I'm going to get a new deck of cards, but we have to unpack this, I think, to get some clarity on this. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing energy, mothering energy almost. This is somebody who genuinely cares for the people that they have in their families and their bubbles, and they like to show their care in kind of practical ways. Very nurturing energy. It's accommodating energy. Man, this has got like, one sec. What is that? What is this? Okay, listen. I know, just bear with me. I know this is frustrating for you, but I don't want to speak too soon. What's this High Priestess? There's our Lover's card. We're taking it. I'm wondering if I'm talking to Leos. There's some Leos out there I'm talking to that are a little bit suspicious of the person that they're with. And they're wondering, and this isn't going to apply to all of them, but I have to touch on this demographic of whoever's watching. You might be, because what you've been waiting on, what you've been focused on, and what you've personally put a lot of work into, you're not getting the fruits of that labor. There seems to be a stalled energy, and naturally what happens, right? As human beings, questions arise. And so this might be hanging on the balance. Like, oh my gosh, if this person is not doing this because, or if this hasn't come through because they're betraying me in some fashion, Ten of Swords, this is going to end so freaking fast, you know? But yet the contradiction is that there's all this play, this fun, this partnership. This could be a soulmate, you know? So I'm catching a lot of Leos in this place of hope and defense. And it's because they're just not getting the results. Like what has worked for you in the past is not working here. And it's like, what gives? Okay. So what can you do? Well, a practical minded Leo, and I'll try to give another perspective on this reading in case you're just like, I am not in a relationship. This is not me, but I really have to just go down this path for a second. For the Leos that are like really trying to look at this as practical as possible, because the other option is flying off the hinge based on your suspicions or based on your worst fears, and we all have them as humans, and should we listen to them? Not always. So as a practical Leo, you're trying to balance things out. So you're doing this, you're weighing things out. Like when you do get a communication or when you do get this indication, you're like, okay, and you might even be communicating to your closest friend about it. They might be the person you're like throwing these things, you're throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks. You're trying to be practical, and it's taking a lot from you, but you have the strength for this. Literally, you rule this card. It's this strength card, and so you're very much processing a lot inside. And there's a lot of this going on, this and that and this and that. You know, the Four of Swords is that inner processing, because you're just trying to see truth. You don't want to be a sucker. You don't want to be betrayed, but you've got a lot going. What's that word? You've got a lot on the line. You've got a lot going for you as well. So this is possibly the suspicion that that's getting that tarot zeroing in on. But this is Three of Cups in reverse. Somebody in your midst that you may not trust. This is a disconnection to your intuition, okay? So this is where you start disconnecting with that voice that is bigger than you, that voice that of wisdom, right? Is what you don't know with the moon card. And there's almost a distress, it's vague. And you might, I'm talking to the Leos out there that are just getting this vague sense of distrust of maybe those who are immediately around them. Okay, so let's call it what it is. I mean, it doesn't have a form. It doesn't have a very specific form in your tarot reading. It just feels like suspicion or distrust. And I want to validate you for a second, Leo. There's a reason, right? Something, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's not coming through. This is a slow motherfucker anyway, right? He is the slowest knight in the deck. That horse is standing still. But I do want to touch on this fact. The reason why the Knight of Pentacles is slow is because he's the most practical knight, carrying messages that have a follow through, that have like this delivery is going somewhere. It's solid. It's not flaky. This is, there's a checks and balances. There's crossing your T's, dotting your I's. Sometimes these offers come with contracts and legalities. Sometimes these offers come with just like checking to make sure that all the facts are in alignment. Okay, so I just have to say that because this is a very practical night typically, but when he's upside down, it's like, whoa, this is not coming through, there's setbacks. So now let's go towards intuition. This is our High Priestess. Remember your first card out, the connection to the divine guidance is within you. So it's about getting reattached, okay? Specifically around those lovers. Gemini energy for the second time, okay? So tarot is being really clear with me and with you. I better not get this wrong. There's two energies and one is representing each person. You tell me which one you are. We have Queen of Cups energy, which is sensitive, it's kind, it's very giving, sometimes to a fault, empathic. Like this is an individual who walks in a room and can usually kind of suss out everybody's emotional temperature. Sometimes very creative. That's the Queen of Cups. Male, female, gender is not attached. We have another energy here. This is oftentimes, while Queen of Cups is oftentimes attached to water, the water signs of the zodiac, Queen of Swords is attached to the air signs of the zodiac. And this is much more in here than here. Queen of Cups is in here. Queen of Swords is somebody who's in here. So they're all about communication, concepts, ideas, and they're also about truth. They have a way of compartmentalizing emotion away from a scenario, looking at the scenario strategically, and they have a real appreciation for that. Okay, so we have these two people. Well, guess what, Leo? This is where they're going. 10 of Cups and the Sun. This is so happy. This is so, 10 of Cups is where we want to be emotionally. This is harmony and peace. This is happiness and alignment in our families, in our relationships, because Cups rule over emotion and the heart space, okay? And then we have the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. And why is it the happiest? It's talking specifically about not having to make any compromises for your own happiness. That's why it's symbolized with this like naked child riding a horse along like through these sunflowers, and the horse doesn't have a saddle. It's like they don't need clothing. They don't, like just themselves is enough. That's kind of the idea. So it's like you are enough. This is your validating voice, speaking wisdom to you. This is why you clicked on this video today. You needed to hear it. You are enough. Like there is stalled energy. We're going to touch on that, but you're okay. You're enough. Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords here. Three of Swords represents heartache, sadness, womp womp. But then came the Emperor, which is taking control of the situation, presenting authority, a word, like a voice of authority, boss energy of like, nope, we're not doing this. And what came out sideways, and I'm going to read it as such, is the Knight of Swords. So this is a communication card. What's hanging in the balance? What could happen if you choose for it to happen, if you act the big boss today or tomorrow, is wait a minute, we're not steering into heartache, sadness, three's company. This is also third party energy, which you had kind of that suspicion going on through here. This is taking the bull by the horns and be like, nope, we're going over here. And this is like, I could have a conversation that changes this. I could address this. I could accept or let this conversation in, because this might actually be coming towards you as well. I'm going to get one more card on that before I go to the extended, because I think we need it. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Judgment card, which is promotional energy, promotional Ace of Pentacles. This is the turning point, realizing that you have a lot more control in the situation than you thought you did. And that's most likely going to be addressing why is there a setback here? Why aren't you getting the results you want? What is hanging in the balances? What are the vulnerabilities that are being triggered by these circumstances, and why? And addressing those, when you shake these out in the light of day, they can't grow any mold. They can't sit there and mildew in the dark corner. Like, this is the sun. You got the sun all over this, Abu. And it's stepping back into your intuition and being like, wait a minute. Let's get some perspective here. We have major alignment in this relationship for a reason. We click for a reason. There's two individuals that are different but can complement each other. And when you look at it that way, all of a sudden, there's a break in the clouds, the sun comes through, and it's like, oh, that's your true voice. Okay, I'm going to go on to your extended. We're going to unpack this further, get advice and all that. And if this is where I leave you, thank you so much for joining me. Consider liking, consider hyping this video so that more people see it. It's the best thing you could do for the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. If you want to come along with me, again, that link is in the description box below. And I adore you, Leos. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.